What is going on, everybody? It's me, Ollie, aka TNSAttitude, and I am back again here on YouTube.com for all things professional wrestling. Now today, guys, well, first and foremost, Summer of Awesomeness, the Richmond, Virginia trip. All 9 episodes are now on the channel. So if you guys want to go and tune in and see what all the fuss was about in Virginia, go check it out, guys. It was a lot of fun. Great time, really cool to hang out with my good friend Christian. And yeah, all 9 parts are now up. I'm going to also be posting the Wembley edition of Summer of Awesomeness, where I got over to AEW All In the other week. And again, great trip, great time. I've got over 2 hours worth of footage to be sorting through, so you can understand it takes time to edit. I don't just like to half-ass something and throw it all up in one go. I do things on content, and I like to make things episodic. That's how it is these days, guys. Content is king. Now today, guys, as I say, we are going to be doing a story time video. And I'm not talking like story time with Adam Cole, baby. I'm talking Survivor Series WarGames, as William Regal would say. But, as I say, this is a story time talking about my experience at Survivor Series WarGames last year, how the trip came about, the costs, and everything like that along the way. And basically, the reason I wanted to make this video is because I know there's people out there that are starting to want to do other stuff besides going to WrestleMania. And really, what are these other trips like? What is going to like a Survivor Series going to compare to something like a Mania? And I'm here to talk to you about it, guys. So let's get straight into it. So around a year ago, is actually when I started to plan the WarGames trip. It was a little bit after Clash at the Castle. About a couple of weeks after they started to say that the tickets would start going on sale, and it was announced it was going to be in Boston, Massachusetts at the TD Garden. Now, I am very familiar with Boston. To my old school subscribers and old friends of mine know that I used to work in Boston. About 2015, I worked on an internship over there. So I'm very familiar with the New England area. And I was able to really... I can understand the area really well, and it's a really easy area to get around. Very good transportation system, very, very good. Close to Europe, close to the UK for what they've got over there. It's really, really good. But honestly, how the trip came about, how I wanted to do Survivor Series. So Clash at the Castle, I didn't get to go in the end. Tickets did drop in price with Clash, but for such a long time, to get anything decent, the prices were so sky high that I genuinely looked at them and I thought, I could go to an international event for that kind of money. I remember like floor seats at one point were like £700 to £800, and that didn't even stop there. The hotel for the night, just to stay in Cardiff, they were like crazy money in Wales. It was crazy money. 300-400 I was seeing on some of them, and I was just like, I could probably be wise and I could probably make WarGames work. And thankfully I did. What I was able to do, so I went to a company that I've been using now for a number of years, Dial a Flight. They're based in Manchester. They were able to do me a deal. I went from Thursday night, which was actually Thanksgiving. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I flew home Monday night. 4 nights, 5 days. I got it for around, and that included the hotel. It was around 960 quid, which was solid for that, including the hotel and the flights there and back. So really, really good. It was I believe it was British Airways that I flew with. But I pretty much got it. I thought, I'm going to do that. I nailed it in, got the flights, got the hotel. And then regarding the Survivor Series WarGames ticket, went on Ticketmaster US. I went on the main itinerary on there. They had nothing on there, which I was a little bit like, okay, so I've got to now look for something else. So I then went on TD Garden's website directly through the Boston Garden. I went on there and I found all the itinerary for good tickets was on there, and in the end. And the ticket I found came to, including the Ticketmaster fees. So I got 4th row, seat 10. And I paid $626, and that included a chair, which I am actually sitting in right now, guys, just for the to discuss the video. This is my WarGames chair. This is the one I sat in for Survivor Series, and such a such an eventful chair. You've got it. This is a moment in the history of WWE that people will talk about for years to come. The bloodline. What a chapter. Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, the Usos, Paul Heyman. This really was cinema. And people who are burned out about the WarGames story, of the bloodline storyline, will in a few years think, damn, that was a good time in wrestling. I know people are very burned out with Roman Reigns' title reign. They want something new. That's what it is. WWE fans, they always want the next thing. They want the next thing. But what they're not forgetting, what they're forgetting is what happens when we get to that then? The chase is more fun than the actual ending. Once you get past that chase part and you're into the new bit, people are going to get burned out with the next thing. People will most likely get burned out with Cody winning the belt at some point. I'm telling you guys, it's coming. But going off topic a little bit, but regarding that, so as I say, $626, I got fourth row, I was on the camera side, got my Survivor Series ticket. I remember when I booked it because I was in touch with my good friend Trey. He never actually went in the end. We hung out at SmackDown Rhode Island, and he was like, dude, you flexed for that. I was like, hell, I did. But just remember this, guys, British to dollar. It didn't come to $626 for me. I ended up paying about $5.05 British, so it was a little bit cheaper with the conversion rate. It knocked 100 straight off. So I was like, that's pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, like I say, so regarding the trip, Wednesday night, before the Thursday that I flew out, I did check in at a Premier Inn on Bath Road near Heathrow. Stayed over, thought, comfortable. And it's always good to do that. I recommend it if you've got an early morning flight to check in at a London Heathrow hotel or Gatwick or wherever you're flying from the night before. I then went out morning of the next day around 9 a.m, 9:30 a.m, flew out direct straight to Boston. Flights were only about 5 hours, which I thought was solid. Boston's one of the very first parts of America that you fly into. When I got in, it was very much a ghost town. Of course, it being Thanksgiving, a lot of people were at home with loved ones, with family. So it was very, very quiet. And there was nowhere really open. Places did open up after 5 o'clock, a lot of pubs, a lot of bars. And I remember what I did the first day when I got there. I dropped all my cases, and I remember going over to the I was staying at the Hyatt, really nice hotel in Boston, in the French Quarter part, and it was a really great hotel. Very clean, very nice, very center. One I'd recommend to anybody is the Hyatt Regency in Boston downtown. But yeah, stayed there, and I remember they gave me some tokens for some clam chowder. Got a little bit of that down there as well, which was really cool. There were tokens included in the booking, so some free snacks right there. Well, not free, it was included with what I bought, but anyway. But yeah, now obviously, as you guys know, with Boston and with American hotels, they take your credit card information. They do it for safety deposit. Always remember that, guys. If you're booking your first American trip, make sure when you book that hotel, you give them your credit card information. It confirms the booking. They take, and then what they'll do, they'll use that as a deposit. If you break anything in the room, they're billing you, and they will charge that card. Thankfully, I have never done that, and I've never planned on doing that. So honestly, guys, never broke anything, thankfully, touch wood, but that's what they do. It's automatic procedure. But yeah, with the hotel, got over to, after that, dropped my stuff, went over to Rock Bottom, went for a little walk. There wasn't a lot to do on that first night, but I did get over to found a 7-Eleven, which was cool. It was still open. Bought some Monsters, got some Snickers bars, just some stuff, really. Just things for the room. Boston has a really weird rule with liquor as well. There was no liquor in the bar, in the 7-Eleven that I found. So I was like, man, this is kind of strange. But they have really strange ruling on that stuff. But I was thankful I did get over to the Rock Bottom pub that night. Had a couple of pints, really nice. You guys can watch the vlog. It is there, the Boston Survivor Series trip. It is on this channel. I will time tag it in this, so you guys know where to find it. But yeah, they were offering Thanksgiving dinner for $39 plus tax. But I wasn't feeling another big meal because on the plane they gave me Thanksgiving dinner from London to Boston. So actually, I'd had my Thanksgiving fill, but I was getting pretty peckish, and I was like, I want to get some food. So I had a pizza and I had a beer on the first night. A lot of fun, good times, just a time to vibe, time to jam. And then, yeah, I just remember being up really late, and that's what I like on that first day. I'm up probably a lot over 20 hours when I first get into the US, and I stay awake, and it's great. But yeah, then I slept really well. Friday morning, Black Friday, I got a ticket for SmackDown at Providence, Rhode Island. I'd be meeting a good buddy of mine, my old buddy Mark Izzard, and we actually hung out in the morning. I did go over to the Target first thing. When I got to the Target, there was a couple of things that they had over there. Now, these are becoming a little bit more easier to get now, but back last year, you could not get these for love or money over here. But I'm talking about the WWE Legends line. I remember picking this up from the Target in Boston, Fenway, and it is a Mighty Molly, and a really cool figure. And I was really gutted when she got announced at WrestleCon, but they announced her like on the day, so I couldn't even pack this. But yeah, really, really cool. Got this. This cost me about $18, which I thought was pretty solid. And I had to pack them in my carry-on case because I only got a carry-on. I didn't get the full, like, everything. The checked bag, didn't get that. But I also picked up Target exclusive Darby Allin. I think this is based on his Double or Nothing attire from 2021. It's got the CM Punk on the skateboard artwork right there. So yeah, so I got those. It was a mad dash, but I got it all done. Then met Mark. We then got on the the commuter rail from Boston, in Chinatown in Boston, and we got over to Providence, Rhode Island. It was only about an hour, the whole train ride, which I thought was really good. Got over there, and then from there we went to meet Trey, Will, and Patrick, who were all hanging out in the mall, which connects onto the Pavilion Center where SmackDown was going to be that night. Before the show, we were able to hang out. We actually met Alexa Bliss before the show, which was really, really cool. And that was about it, because we got there a little late, but I know Trey had met a lot of people. I think he met Bianca Belair, he met the Profits, he met a load of people, so he did really, really well. Yeah, we went to Dave & Buster's that night, had some food. Made sure the waitress was tipped really well, because you got to look after your waiting staff, guys. Very important. Had some beers. We had some Coors Lights, which was cool. Man, the beer over there is so much stronger, I tell you now. But yeah, all in all, it was a good night. It was a good show. Then me and Izzard met up after the show. I had fourth row for SmackDown, which again was really good. Was a lot cheaper to get that for SmackDown than WarGames, but obviously that didn't include a chair. I think I paid like $2.25 for my SmackDown ticket, but that was on the floor and was fourth row, so not bad on the aisleway. So it was pretty solid. Then I remember we met up after the show. We found a place to meet, and then we just waited for the crowds to die down, and the Uber prices would drop as well. And then we got a Uber ride from Providence back to my hotel at the Hyatt, which was good. We split that, so it was nice and easy. Mark booked it. And then I remember getting myself a Yingling beer from I think I put it on my bill because I just wanted something to drink. I was like, hell yeah. But yeah, I just drank a beer that night. And I remember the next morning, I found out that The Bump were going to be doing a taping at TD Garden, live The Bump. And I remember getting over to that. The area I got round to the TD Garden, I was in the car park, and I guess it was round the side, and I remember meeting like some wrestlers off the cuff, which was pretty cool. I remember meeting Adam Pearce, Bobby Lashley, Io Sky, and Oscar, and I also saw Michael Cole and got a photo with him, so it was really, really cool. All really, really nice, all really, really approachable. Adam Pearce is always really cool. I've met him a few times. He remembers me from when I met him on the Indies during WrestleMania 30, and I've spoke to Adam Pearce a little bit online. He's a really nice guy. But yeah, no, it was really cool. Got to see those guys, and then went over to the Bump taping. Saw Kayla Braxton. That was really cool. Got a photo with her. AJ Styles was doing a interview with the Bump, and he was really, really nice. Actually got on the Bump during that period. If you go back and watch that, I'm pretty much front and center for that Bump taping. And right at the end, they gave me this cap, which AJ Styles autographed, as you guys can see there. He gave me the cap, which was really cool. Really cool cap, that. But yeah, AJ Styles autographed cap given to me on the bump, which was absolutely tremendous. I remember seeing Will that night, really cool. We took we had a selfie, a photo, and then I just remember going back to the hotel and getting ready for WarGames, and then I remember going back out and got some food, got a calzone at this really nice pizzeria not too far in the Italian part. It was really nice. And then I remember, just getting over to the arena, queuing up. It was cold. It is cold. It's winter time. It's WarGames Survivor Series. It's winter. It's November. Crowd moved on pretty good. Got into TD Garden good. All on my phone. No hard tickets anymore. No physical copy. All in my Apple Wallet. And then I remember just, getting in. And I remember walking into that venue and I saw them doing the pre-show. And I saw Booker T, Jerry Lawler, Kayla Braxton, and I think JBL was one of them. They were all around like a table doing their thing before the show, which was cool. Then I saw Corey Graves walking around, and I just remember taking it all in. WarGames was fun. It was a lot of fun. 2 rings, 2 cages, the Dusty Rhodes, the Dusty Rhodes mentality right there. It was tremendous. WarGames again. WarGames was fun, a lot of fun. I actually got on camera like twice during that show. So yeah, that was fun. Actually, at the very end of the women's WarGames match, they go to a part. I think they see me clapping or something. I don't even look like I'm awake, but I was jet lagged and tired. And that's the thing when you do those short American trips, you do get jet lagged, and you don't get over that jet lag quickly. It takes you a few days, so you really have to rest up when you can. A lot of Red Bull, a lot of coffee, whatever you can get a hold of, guys. I also did get over to the WarGames shop, Survivor Series WarGames shop. They did take a little area. They took an empty unit near the pier in Boston, and they were doing their items, their merchandise. I got a couple of shirts. I got this one, which you can't get this anymore, but this cost me around $35. That included the tax. So yeah, this was around 30. I tell a lie. I think this was 30. Was it 30 or 35? It was 35. It was 35. They all jumped up to 40 in Mania. Yeah, this cost me 35, which I thought wasn't too bad. Pretty cool. When you convert that back, it works out about 30 quid. It's about standard rate now for wrestling t-shirts when you go to shows. And I also got this, which again, really, really cool. The I Was There shirt, again, $35. Survivor Series WarGames, just like the chair. And then obviously on the back, I Was There. Of course, November 26, 2022. Great show. I'm just glad I was at it, This was the show that Sammy joined the Bloodline, and of course he there was always that of what he was gonna, and that was it. Was he gonna betray the Bloodline? And he didn't. He stayed, and that was it. It was a great story, and now we're in the later end of this Bloodline thing now. So I'm happy I was at that show because it had a good part in the storylines going forward after WarGames and going into WrestleMania 39. But yeah, the show was good. Saw some really cool things. I remember EO doing a really good moonsault off the top of the cage. He's fantastic. I love EO Sky. What else? I remember the Beyblade sponsoring the Austin Theory match, and everybody was like, what the hell's going on in the arena? And everybody, there was like Beyblade on the Titantron. It was just really weird when you were there live. Obviously when WWE started sponsoring matches. With certain advert commercials that they can make money on. But yeah, no, good match. I remember meeting Samantha Irvin at the end, got a photo with her. Obviously, she's really, really cool. She's really coming into her own as a ring announcer. Doing a damn good job with putting over some of the younger talent that are in her era. The likes of a Gunther, to Ricochet, to Chelsea Green, to Cody. She's able to really put them over. And so yeah, that was cool. And then I remember the Sunday after WarGames, I went to the NBA, and it was a hell of a game. It was Washington Wizards and Boston Celtics. I got a ticket for $150, which was pretty damn good. It was a good ticket. Didn't vlog it. I wish I did. It was a damn good game as well. I remember vlogging the one in LA, the Lakers game, but I didn't vlog this, and I really wish I did because it was good. But didn't really do an awful lot on that Sunday. Oh, I did pack my chair, and obviously that was the most important thing. I packed my chair. I remember talking to the concierge, and they did a quote to find out how much it would cost me to ship the chair, and it was coming up at £700. I was like, hey, I'm not doing that. I went to a UPS store, about £560. I was like, not doing that. So in the end, I got the chair bubble wrapped, did the classic UK Rampage thing, bubble wrapped the shit out of that chair. And I just chanced it, took it to Logan Airport on the Monday when I was checking in, and the lovely lady let me check it on the plane for free. So I didn't have to pay for that. That was a little nice bonus. And but yeah, the Sunday night was really fun. As I say, I did go to the Beantown pub on the Boston Common, had some really good Samuel Adams IPA, and got chatting to this Geordie guy who was the bartender, and he was telling me how he got over there. I think he'd married a lady, and he was just got his green card, and we were just jamming. It was really good times, you know. And yeah, I just remember just had a Boston roll up, and then I remember the Monday was pretty much checked out of the hotel on the Monday. I had a very quick look in the Macy's in downtown Boston. Did buy this from a Marshall's. This is a Larry Bird, classic Larry Bird. You guys can just see that. There you go. Boom. Larry Bird, Hardwood Classics NBA jersey. This cost me $50. It's about £45. These go for 90 to 100 over here. So I got myself a bargain. So that's what I like. And then I remember just that same day, I think I went back over to the Beantown for some food at lunchtime. And then I went over to the airport, checked my stuff in, and that was it, you know? It was a good trip. It really was. Also to note, I did get this at the SmackDown show on the Friday at the house show. These were $15, which is about standard rate for a program. It's just the generic photos, guys. They don't do anything really fun with programs anymore. Yeah, but yeah, it was a good trip. Sorry, just to show you guys. They update these every quarter, I think. They do it every quarter. They'll put a new one out. But yeah. So that is about it, guys. That is pretty much everything I can tell you from the story time of WarGames and what I remember. If you guys do want to see the vlog, though, do check it out. It is on the channel. And as I say, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like. And if you do have any questions about booking a non-WrestleMania trip, let me know, guys. I'm here to help you. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you later. Check it. See you soon.